Wake up, Vasya! Vasilisa!
Grandpa?
Well, have you come to your senses? How did you end up here? A minute ago, no one was here.
You tell old Yegor about your meeting with the Chort.
So the second seal is gone. Now it's time for a water one. Good job, Vasya. Good job. We might actually make it. Well, you rest a bit now, before your next task.
Well met. Is this the house of old Yegor?
That's right. What brings you here?
Here, I brought a gift for you. Salt. Hear me out, please. I'm from Ust-Barovsk. I have a salt factory there. I'm Pahom Nikolaevich, the manager. My business is quite serious. I need to speak to you eye to eye.
You need to speak to Vasilisa. She's the one in charge here now.
A knower girl? That's a dangerous job.
No such thing as a safe job. Everything is as God wills it.
It is as you say. God abandoned our salt works. One day there's some noise in the salt oven. Another, some shadows near the salt boxes.
So what? I see nothing strange. These things happen all over the gubernia.
This is true. However, there was no brine at first. And the other day, some workers went missing. It's been several days. The police don't care. They say they'll be back. I've already organized my own guards. I myself saw a kind of shadow near the barns. It disappeared the moment I saw it. I was told you can help me deal with spirits, and so I came here.
Tell me, Pahom Nikolaevich, how people went missing.
A week ago we hit brine. It just started gushing out. So we started working it, day and night, filled all the salt boxes. I put Alexei from Gorodishevo on the night shift. He went missing. People said he went on a binge. The local doctor says he's an alcoholic. And then Pyotr went missing, also on the night shift.
Did you try to figure out who is kidnapping these people?
Yes. On the third day, I sent a couple of strong men, myself among them. All was quiet at first, and then, at night, some sort of shadow appeared. I still get chills thinking about it. I crossed myself, and the shadow ran to the barn, or to the oven, or to the salt box. I couldn't tell which. Come morning, I saddled the horses.
Tell me about your salt works.
It isn't close. A factory near Ust-Urolka. We do everything there. Extract the brine and load the permianko onto the barges. Permianka is what we call our salt. Accidents happen, can't avoid them. But we never had to deal with demons.
You said the salt started to disappear.
For half a year we had little to no salt. Disasters, one after the other. But we held on. Now we struck brine. Workers have gone missing.
I won't leave you hanging.
But if we help you, don't forget about our reward. Perhaps you have some ancient or consecrated item?
Don't worry about that. We won't forget. The main thing is that we find who is to blame.
Have you had any arguments with the Vodinoy?
With the Vodinoy? He doesn't give us any trouble in the factory. I'm a God-fearing man. We offered our Vodinoy vodka and baked treats.
All right, I'll take a look at your factory.
I organized transportation for you. They'll get you to the station. There, the manager will show you the way to the factory. Go as soon as you're ready. I'll go on ahead. Well, see you soon.
God himself sent him, Vasya. There you will break your seal. If only I had some Kupala salve, I could get there instantly. Oh, well, when Kupala comes, I'll get the required herbs. Get to it.
Чердынь, 100 verst. Solikamsk, 22 verst. Ust-Uralka, 10 verst. This cart has seen better days. Fedьka, go shoot some magpies on the street. I'm sick of their cawing.
So I rolled up a cigarette. And then I tell him, spicing it up with curses. Then he crowed and disappeared. Happened this year in the hunting season.
Was he also asking about your daughter?
Come on, Your Excellence. Every knowledgeable passerby thinks he has to pull my leg.
God bless.
God bless.
The nobleman glances at you, flushes red, and nods in a restrained manner.
There aren't any horses at the station.
Really? And what about your Sivka?
The Sisetko's been riding that one for 7 nights straight. She doesn't let anybody near. You have to wait for fresh post horses. They're due in the morning.
And listen to Samson's tall stories. My name is Alexander. My companion is none other than the station caretaker.
My name is Vasilisa. I'm going to the Uzbarovsk factory.
You won't make it far without a carriage at this hour.
The horses could bring me only as far as this station.
The locals perhaps are afraid of riding in the direction of the factory.
Well, what do you expect? The factory is haunted, and now demons have snipped the telegraph lines. What a mess. At this rate, we'll be left without a Tsar.
Did the demons cut the lines or what?
Who else?
According to you, the demons are to blame for everything. Is winter also their doing?
You bet. Have you heard of Shulikuns?
I know about them. And I know for a fact that the winter is not their doing. It's all in the celestial bodies.
Really?
So what happened to the telegraph?
Who knows? The monitor came, took the horses, told me he was going to fix them. Took the stableman as well.
Samson says the spirits are to blame. He says all sorts of superstitious things.
Try living by the forest as long as I have. You'd see stranger things.
What have you heard about the factory?
It used to be a fine factory. Before the devil came, people started to disappear. There's always some witchery going on.
Was it before the recent disappearances?
I heard the same thing from the peasants. They say it's a bad place.
That's right. Everyone knows the mills are all haunted. Why would the factory be any different?
Just don't go in the water if you can't swim.
He told me about other cases.
Well, there's no lack of misfortune. Pahom sure had it tough. Then all these problems with the brine started.
Now they tell me more salt workers are disappearing. God is punishing them.
Or the devil.
What about you, Alexander? Where are you going?
I'm going to Logovo village. I'm a doctor, studied in St. Petersburg. The doctor there has his hands full. A difficult case. We've been exchanging letters.
I know a little about folk medicine. What happened here?
A witch doctor. A noble trade, but not as effective as the scientific approach. Well, listen. The peasant girl developed a kind of emaciation. She can't sleep at night, hallucinates.
What do the people say?
The usual things. Curses, kolduns.
I know how to deal with that. Perhaps I could help you.
There's no curse there. I mean, are there even such things? There's a sick girl in Logovo village. Come, I'll be waiting for you. I mean, I'll be in the village.
Will we get to Uralka with this horse?
Sure, if Sivka comes to its senses. Doesn't look like it, though.
I'll go check on your livestock. Maybe I can calm it down.
His Excellence also has places to go. He's been waiting.
The persistent neighing of a horse can be heard from the stables. When you come closer, you see a black shadow shuffling around the animal.
Oh, a witch! Do your folk have a coven here or something?
Why do you torture the animal? A Sosietko is supposed to look after the horses, not torture them.
What of it? This animal is the wrong color. It's not like that of the master.
The color is wrong. What color do you require?
Oh, I'd be happy even with a small, puny horse, but it should be the same color of the master's beard. If I waste this one, he'll buy a new one.
I'm telling you as one Susietka to another. Do you see that girl's book?
Of course I do.
So if you're such a specialist in colors, take a look at its cover. All the Zagavars in there are for getting rid of Susietkas. Believe me, I know.
My, oh my.
The Domovoy hisses like an angry cat. The spirit jumps off the horse and disappears into a dark corner of the stables.
Vasilisa, so, how's the horse?
I managed to calm the animal down. I made arrangements with the Sosietko.
Well, what do you know? All right. I'll get you where you need.
Thank you for not sharing any more of these wonderful stories.
They aren't stories, that's what happened.
The caretaker points in the direction of Ust-Urolka, and the cart with Alexander in it departs to Logova village. As you plan your next moves, you're interrupted by a shadow that appears suddenly on the road. For a moment, the shadow stops, but then quickly approaches you. Soon, a peasant stands before you with a heavy club in his hands.
What's there?
I'm from Vilgard. I'm headed to the salt works.
Cross yourself first.
You make the sign of the cross over yourself.
Phew, I thought I'd run into a demon. That kind wouldn't be willing to bless itself. I was sent for a night watch from Ust-Barovsk village. Shorts are bothering folk at the factory. You're heading there?
Well, yes. I'm an Or from Cherdyn. I'd like to help.
A witch? I'd better get going.
What did you hear about the missing people?
Gone without a trace. At first, we thought they'd gone on a drinking binge. But no, they went missing during their night watch. I heard there was a thick fog on those nights. Looked like a river overflowing.
What have you heard about the missing salt?
I heard it went missing long ago. Must be some thieves.
Could it be Chorts?
Could be. Oh, kingdom of the Lord. I used to be a salt walker once. See? Ears are all eaten away. Better ears than the immortal soul, though.
Well, God bless you.
The murmur of the Chornaya River can be heard amidst the darkness. You also hear several voices nearby. A prickly sensation on your back tells you they belong to the spirits. Having heard your voice and the holy words, the spirits disappear. The only thing you hear is a water splash. On a stone by the water, you notice a wet comb. You leave the river behind and go back on the road to Ust-Barovsk. You have goosebumps, a sign of a devilish presence. You look around. Your only companion is humming among the silence. Suddenly, a dark figure steps out from the shade. It is a scribe, a Zagavr dealer.
Wisdom will enter your heart and be good for your soul.
Sharp pine trees overhang the road like the legions of demons you've seen in many icons at the Church of the Trinity. You nearly jump. The forest darkness is torn apart by a flaming whirlwind hurtling over the trees. Proshka advises you to follow the demon. Could he be the one to blame for Logova's misfortunes? You run after the fiery whirlwind. You think that you've lost it, but then see it above the trees again. The chase leads you to Logova village. The fiery omen circles the chimney of one of the houses, and then vanishes. You knock on the door of the Izba, next to which you saw a fiery image vanish. Alexander opens the doors. Inside, the doctor has already prepared the remedies. Among the bottles, you notice several old candles.
I didn't expect you to answer the invitation. But come in. Here is the sick girl.
On a bench under the icons lies an emaciated woman. Her eyes are open, but clearly do not see. She whispers abrupt phrases.
He'll come. He'll be back. He'll be back.
What are you talking about? Who are you waiting for?
Vanya, he's back. I know it.
It seems that this woman is delirious after several sleepless nights.
This Vanya, is he presumed dead?
He's alive. Alive. I've seen him. He's well except for his missing spine.
Her husband was killed in action. The news came not so long ago, they say.
I saw a demon near the village.
That's the tales of Samson. They make you see things.
No, I think evil spirits has a hand in this.
Of course they did.
Don't believe me? I know for sure, demon's at fault. The demon comes to the girl in the image of her dead husband. It drains her of her life force and can lead to her death. What spirit is to blame for her sickness? It all fits. The dead man, the visions, the lack of a spine. He must be close right now.
Close? Yes, he's here. Soon my Vanya will come.
When did she fall ill?
The local doctor first wrote to me about her several months ago.
A long time. We won't cure her with words at this point. There's this type of chort. They take the form of the dead and visit the living. They can also look like their husbands. We need to ambush the chort that's been haunting her. If we get on the stove, he won't notice us. You'll see it with your eyes if you're close.
This is madness.
If we don't do this, the woman will soon follow her husband. No powders will make her better. Besides, they say that educated men like to put everything to the test.
Alexander reluctantly agrees and gets on top of the stove. You don't wait long. Sparks fly out of the mouth of the stove, and out crawls a pale chort with cow's hooves. For a moment, you think you hear Alexander whispering protective zagovors. However, you have no time to think. You need to decide what to do next.
Hey, you demon, come again yesterday.
All the streak in the book. Huzzah on the stove.
Why do you torture this girl with a fiery snake? Get out while you still can.
You guessed it.
That's what I think.
That's enough. The stove won't stop me. I'll get you.
The chort turns into a sheaf of sparks. You jump off the stove and draw a circle. The chort breaks out with a brilliant flame and disappears into the stove. It won't return to this Izba, but it's better for you to prepare for your next encounter with it. You inspect the sick girl. She looks a bit less pale. Her strength is gradually returning to her. Alexander thanks you modestly and prepares to set off. The young man avoids looking at you. It seems his meeting with the demon had a profound effect on him. He reluctantly admits that he whispered some prayers while sitting on the stove. The telegraph wires stretch between the poles like the strings of a giant spindle. The wooden structures look alien, and the grim trees around them seem to glare at them reproachfully. By the road, you notice a couple arguing in a lively manner.
Oh, Lord, how do I even begin my journey there? My lord, I'm scared. Did you hear what they were saying on the station?
I'll show you, Scared.
Good evening.
Let God arise, and his foes vanish.
Oh, damn you. Who goes there?
My name is Vasilisa. I'm going to the Ustyorolsk factory.
Good lord. Why are you roaming around at night? We're up to our necks as it is. I'll get this Samson. He scared all the neighborhood.
I'm telling you, I saw it with my own eyes. Under the poles, the tracks are human, and then they turn into hoof tracks. I'm not going there. You go if you need it.
Mind who you're talking to. I'm the Monitor.
What were those tracks? Perhaps it was some animal.
No animal walks barefoot. When the chief told me about the telegraph, I went over there, and I find this thing. So I ran.
I'm not afraid of chorts. I can go there and check.
Well, if my worker doesn't want to, I leave it to you. As a reward, you'll receive his daily wage.
I wait here. Keep the money.
All right. I'll be back soon as I deal with the chorts. The rod is an old one. It's dry. It hasn't rained for a long time. Here's the torn cable. Just like that man told me, bare feet turn to hooves.
The road leads to the village. In the distance, you seem to discern the settlement lights. Despite the late hour, the peasants aren't sleeping. Almost all of the residents of this small village have gathered on the street. The discussion quiets down once they notice your figure on the road.
Good evening. Where are you heading?
Good evening to you, good people. The telegraph manager sent me to inspect.
Oh, the demon stood it down. Did you see that?
Yes, I'd...
Well, if you saw it, off you go. It's dangerous here. The place is haunted. Who knows what else?
I saw the torn wire. I haven't seen any demons, though. There was some strange tracks near the pole.
Well, What do you expect from a demon?
Strange that they stayed there in this dry weather.
Well, it's a chort we're talking about. He leaves his tracks where he wants.
There's another thing I wanted to ask you.
There's nothing more to ask. I'm telling you, go on your way.
The peasants see you off with heavy gazes. You understand you won't get anything from these people, and return to the road. Having noticed your approach, the Monitor comes to meet you.
So, did you figure out what's wrong?
Looks like a demon's doings. People in the village are also scared senseless.
See, that's what I was talking about.
This is bad. What should we do?
We'll call Father. He'll blast the telegraph.
We'll see about it. And thank you. Here is part of your reward for your courage.
Well, goodbye.
Just before dawn, the village is still, wrapped in icy dew. You're greeted by the whisper of a stream, a breath of damp wind, and the faint song of peasants who stayed up late. The quiet melody restores your powers. You pass the tranquil settlement and go to a crossroads. Looks like some chorts are hiding here. You reach the factory office. They were expecting you, and you soon meet the manager.
Ah, Vasilisa, you're here? Good.
Yes, the Lord surely helped me to get here. Could at least have sent some horses to get me.
It's not that far away.
You really don't know what's been going on? In one village, I had to defeat a fiery snake. In the other village, God knows what's been going on. Demons are cutting the wires.
That's all bad news. If I knew beforehand, I would give the coachman some money for vodka. They also get scared in the dark. Well, I'm sure it will work out. The main thing right now is to figure out what's been going on here at the factory. What's most important is to go on making salt.
I've heard that even before the disappearances, there was something strange going on.
People talk.
Can you tell me more about it?
Let bygones be bygones. There was nothing of this sort. No hauntings. The brine went away, so they started talking. It was a long time ago. Nothing to do with the missing men. Besides, the brine is here again.
Did anything happen while you were gone?
Oh no, everything's fine. Thank God. I feel quite uneasy here at the factory. I'm sure it's some kind of demon.
All right. time to get to work. I'll find this factory short.
Oh, thank you, Vasilisa. I've arranged a room for you. Rest a bit. And get to work. The lads will show you the way.
Listen, Proshka. Can you see the demons at the factory with those demon eyes of yours?
Bah, evil spirits are everywhere. I'm sure we'll meet some at the factory. That doesn't mean we're always the ones to blame.
Well, actually, usually does.
That's just the way your Khaldoons tell it. Look at me. I'm kindness and fluffiness itself.
True, but before you I saw countless chorts, but none of them were fluffy, if you will.
You just need to get to know them better.
Right.
The workers that you meet seem to be scared, even in these early hours. You try to start a conversation, but as soon as you mention the disappearances, they cross themselves and quickly scurry away. In the factory office, you meet Pahom.
Ah, Vasilisa, come. I'll show you the factory. It's quite big. Quite a fortune we have here. Salt, as you see. But you can go anywhere with me. First, we will visit the pump. Alexei used to work there. Then we will visit the salt oven. Pyotr went missing there. We can go to the storehouse. A demon was seen there that night. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
What happened to Alexei in the pump tower?
He was the first to disappear. Happened on the first night we struck Brian. He was working then. Haven't heard of him since. Maybe they will tell you something new in the tower.
Tell me about Pyotr, who worked in the salt oven.
He was gathering salt from the Tsirin that night. There wasn't any brine at first, so we started cooking later. They'll tell you more in the salt oven.
What did you see near the salt box?
We tried to track the culprit down. We saw a shadow, but it was foggy that night. Trishka called out to it, and this shadow started thrashing about like a fish. No man moves that way. It was here, by the salt box. We load the salt onto barges here. Are you ready to go, or do you want to ask something?
I understand. Time for me to go.
A tall silhouette of a brine pump tower appears before you. It seems to hang over the factory like a watchtower. A steady hiss of the pump is heard from it.
Hey, Ivan, come over here. This is our piping master, an expert in drilling.
Ah, Pahom. Who did you bring?
A Noah from Cherdin. She's going to help us find Alexei.
So that's why her head is uncovered. Huh, a bare-headed witch. Are you out of your mind? Bringing Khaldoons to the factory.
Hey, mind who you're talking to. Show her Alexei's things.
So we've been working here for years, breaking our backs, just so you could bring witches around, right? What are you listening to her for? She probably doesn't know anything. Listen, pretty girl. Do you at least know what do we do on this tower?
What is this wooden tower used for? Keep salt here just like in a barn.
See what I'm talking about?
How would she know about the tower? She knows about demons, not salt. Now, bring his things.
The worker brings a bundle in which you find a piece of paper with a clumsy poem written on it.
Your fingers are like salt, your eyes deep as water, your hair is black as tar.
Look at him go.
Who could he have written this about?
Maybe he fell for a salt worker girl.
Huh, I doubt it. He'd write something about salty years then. I don't know, he never told me anything of this sort. Well, I need to work. You need anything else?
What can you tell me about the missing guy?
What can I tell? A proper lad. And a smart one. Knows his way around the mechanism. Likes to have a drink, the rascal. Must be drinking with Peter in some pot house. Oh, if I only catch him doing that.
They say a demon is carrying off workers. Seen anything odd?
Yeah, a witch walking around the factory. That's what's hot.
Now you tell her what she wants.
Ain't all right? You'll learn for yourself that there aren't no demons here.
What was Alexei doing in the pump tower the night he disappeared?
I put him there to look after the pump once the brine started flowing. There's nothing else to do there. He must have grown bored and went to the pothouse.
I see. Thanks for the help.
So, what do you think happened to Alexei?
For now, it's unclear. If it had been Chorts, they would have killed him on the spot. Maybe the girl from the poem knows something. So, where did he go missing? In the salt oven?
Yes, it's right here, behind the salt box. We will visit it first.
On your way to the salt oven, one of the workers calls out to Pahom and starts to question him about the disappearances. While Pahom is busy, you decide to look around.
There's a white track here, as if something was dragged. This bar looks odd.
We don't know what became of him yet. Go do your job.
Wait, Pahom. Tell me one more thing.
You decide to look around while the salt workers are talking.
Well, what do you know? There are huge claw marks on the salty log.
Enough already. We need to go and you have work to do.
Wait, we stopped here for a reason. I noticed claw marks on it. The kind only the demons leave behind.
Where? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Lord have mercy.
I need to look inside.
Well, what are you waiting for? Open it.
Listen, Pahom, don't be angry. We've lost the keys.
Well, take some logs away then.
They've salted through heavily.
We need to open it today, before demons kill anyone else.
Do as you're told, while we go visit the salt oven.
The sun emerged in unbearably hot shadow. You remember your visit to the underworld during your initiation. You shudder when you take a peek at the red-hot Tsiren.
Hey you! Drop that sack! We want to ask you about Pyotr.
Good day, Master.
Did you work with Pyotr? What can you tell me about him?
Well, what can I tell? I don't know. He worked hard, we all do. Well, that's it, really.
What was Pyotr doing here?
Everything, really. Cooked salt, a strong guy. Was good at hauling the sack, not a drunkard.
Have you seen anything unusual?
Nothing of the sort. We're too busy working. I've heard, though, the other day, Pyotr was saying that he was going to get married.
How's that? To whom?
Yeah, I thought it strange too. I didn't know anything about him proposing, and here he tells us about this beauty. Black hair, white skin, that's the way he tells it. I think maybe he eloped with her.
Have you heard about the demons? Seen anything like that?
Yes, I've heard. Lord protect me, but the Lord is merciful. I haven't seen anything of the sort. Peter used to say that we're here like chorts in hell ourselves.
I'll show you, Jorts. Don't forget who you're talking to.
Oh, forgive me, Master. I wasn't thinking.
It doesn't look like there are any demons here. I need to search other places.
Well, go on. I'll check up on the salt box. You, lad, come with me. Give me a hand.
It's getting dark. Hurry up, your workers.
The barn stands like a grim giant. The processed salt is stored here before it is loaded onto barges. Suddenly, in the darkness of the parted gates, you notice a fuzzy figure. You look closer and see that the sun has almost gone over the horizon. You draw a circle just in time. A demon emerges from the darkness.
Why, forever in the woods! Don't kill me, demon, I beg you!
Demon? I'm often called a witch, but this is a first.
Open your eyes. What kind of Susietka takes a Khaldun for a demon?
So you know the demon that settled in the box? Oh, what alive!
So you're saying there's a chort in the salt box. Have you seen it?
I haven't, but we all can feel it here. It emerged along with the salt. Now it start to eat people. What alive?
Why did you attack me? Was it you who killed the workers?
No, I'm peaceful spirit. The chort from the salt box killed them. Even the Baniks know what's been going on. Oh, what alive?
You look like a Susietka. What kind of spirit are you?
I'm a Susetko. There used to be an izba here. Its host forgot to bring me along. Then I started living in the barn when it was built. And the things that have been going on lately. Oh, what alive?
I need to go. It's midnight soon. What should I do with you? You stay here. Keep guard in the barn.
The demon nods and dissolves into darkness. You open a door to the factory bathhouse. Inside the old gray building, you feel the presence of evil spirits. You take several steps inside and are immediately surrounded by Baniks.
Not a step closer, demons.
Don't be mad, mistress. Stay with us, fellow bandit. We'll live happily and scare the workers now and then.
What? You think I'm an Abdiriho of some kind?
What else? We all sensed a new spirit and saw you the other night walking here in the dark, as if looking for your home. Stay here with us. We'll grant you some gifts.
That would be nice, Vasnik.
Gifts, you say? A nice place you have here. Hand over your gift. I'm moving in tomorrow.
How delightful. See you soon, then.
The spirits disappear and leave you in solitude. All you can do is to go on your way. It is dark now, but the workers are still unable to open the salt box. You see the anxiety in their eyes. Pahom paces around, giving out orders. Seems like he is worried more than the others.
Well, hurry up! The sun is gone already.
The door won't budge, master.
Put your backs into it.
You can put your own back into it, Pahom. Can't you see it's stuck?
What do you mean, stuck? What is this devilry?
You leave the workers and inspect the door by yourself.
I sense demonic sorcery. Break herb can help open it. Work of a demon. I think I've seen this herb somewhere near.
Hold this here. Come on. Heave! Heave!
I think I know how to open this door. And I think I know what kind of demon haunts you. What evil spirits are to blame for the salt workers' disappearances? Your workers have been discussing some beauty. One of them even wanted to marry her until she, I think, killed him. Looks like there's a water spirit in the salt box.
Oh, Jesus Christ! As soon as we break down this door, I'll show that evil spirit Russian strength.
Wait, I will whisper over the door.
Step aside. Let the witch do her business.
You mouth the words of Azagavar and apply the break herb. The door to the salt box opens. Your assumptions prove right. There's a rusalka in the salt box. With a quick motion, you draw a circle and plan your next move.
What's this, Ruckus? The moon isn't up yet.
God, so many dead.
Dead? Girl, they just sleeping. Because the moon isn't up yet.
What kind of sleep is she talking about? I smell death all the way from here.
Oh, if you insist, I can wake up my friends.
No, wait. Tell me first. Why are you here, demon?
I was sent by my father, the Vodinoy. I think he wanted me to find new friends. We'll be very close, forever and ever. Just like a fir and its little branches. Am I right, boys?
The corpses steadily sway in the brine.
Why? What for? Why did you kill all of these workers?
Killed? They're alive. Alive forever.
Why did the brine disappear in the factory? Why did it reappear?
These salt workers are lucky to have a friend as kind as I am. I give them life, love, and wealth. What more could you wish for?
To not to be drowned in brine?
I knew you wouldn't understand. What kind of demon are you anyway?
That reminds me. I need to break a water seal. Your soul could prove useful.
Oh, what a pity. And I wanted to propose eternal life to you. You are very sweet. I think you and I are quite alike.
You pull out a comb that you found by the river on your way to the factory.
That's right. We are alike. Even our combs are identical.
Where did you get that, witch? I'll pry this comb from your dead hands! Walk of friends.
Don't fret. This won't take long.
Can't beat me in the water, you damned witch!
We'll see about that. I've bitten bigger foes.
witch! You won't get me with your foul sorcery. My father protects me. And without me, there won't be salt or eternal life.
The Rusalka dives into the brine and disappears. The drowners crumple lifelessly, seemingly intent on staying dead this time. Silence is all around you. You hear the sounds of a door opening behind you. Pahom found the courage to get the salt box. He's holding an icon.
Let God arise and his foes vanish.
That's it. I've banished the Rusalka.
Oh, thank God. Thank you, Vasilisa.
Too early to celebrate. She's gone, but she took all the brine with her. Get the horses ready. We need all Yegor's advice. Well, what are you waiting for? Be quick about it. We need to hurry.
Right this moment.
Vasya, what's that? What in the name are you doing? You can't pet me. I'm not your cat. I'm a demon, all right?
Can't bet you. Let me tame him with a good poker hit.
Wait, what poker? Are you mad, Gramps?
That will make you a better Susetko. I have to feed you for that out of my can heart. Yesterday, some bird flew in. I had to chase it off. Where were you then? Huh? Not a sign, you furry short.
Why, stop. Come on, you'll hate me, damn it. Be careful, Igor. All right, I get it. I will do a better job as a Susetka from now on.
That's better. Next time my hit will find its mark.
He's not the kind to spoil his children.
I know, right? What happened after you became a spirit?
Seems like I do remember. We Susetkas can see future quite well. The past we forget after a century or so. I was from Chut's tribe, I think.
You're one of the Chut? They say Chut are small and wide-eyed. And you're cats!
There are spirits like that, called Chuts. People lived here, a tribe like Komi-Pirmins, a long time ago. So, I was one of them. There was my hut, at the same place where the church was built. Or a dugout it was? I remember exactly that I lived at the same spot. They must have buried me under the threshold, so I became a house spirit. And when Isba was gone and the church appeared, then I must have moved there. A lot of things happened. I will stir my memory a bit more about how I was Susetka in that Isba. Tell you later.
So you can take any shape?
I can. A wolf or a man, take your pick. Usually don't need it though. Ordinary people see us as shadows, nothing more. The rest they imagine themselves.
Let's go. We'll talk later.
The other day, I met that woman who sells sweets. Remember her? She got a hernia this big, half the size of her face.
Tell me what happened next. How did you become a Khaldun?
Right then. So I'm holding this head. The Chort strangled Prokopy and wanted the head back. And it was exchanged to him, mind you. So he needed to give something to me in return. I figured that one out, young as I was. So I think, what to ask for? Some money? A fancy shirt? So I figured, if I wanted to be a knower, I should think for myself. Bring me, I tell him, the black book. I'll trade it for your hat. They all disappeared, and I'm standing in the circle, waiting. The fiend was gone for a while, returned only at dawn. All covered in stretches, it wasn't easy for him to get it, but he did bring back the book. It was sealed in Sukharev Tower. It was. For how long? No one knows. So, that's how I obtained it and became a Nova. All by myself, as you see.
Why can people see demons?
Who knows? That's for God to decide. Only the knowers see demons. Come in, Pachom. We need to think about what to do next.
You share the events at the factory.
She even escaped your Zagavars. Only powerful evil spirits are able to do that. I think someone is protecting her.
This demon scared the entire factory. Even after you chased her away, the haunting continues. Some workers saw shadows in the barn. God damn them. But what should we do next? Can't we get the brine back?
We can think of something. We also need the water demons.
But Rusalka mentioned her father. Who could she be talking about?
Rusalka? Christ almighty, God help us. She mentioned her father?
Well, it's clear to me.
The Vodyanoi becomes father to all evil spirits of the water. Vakul is the one we need to go to.
The salt worker grows pale.
Vakul? So the Vodyanoi has something to do with it.
What did you think? You may not have dealt with him with your factory, but maybe you should have. Millers, for instance, all deal with him.
At the factory, I was doing fine with the Vodyanoi that I had.
Whether you were or not, the small Vodyanois are gone. This one has outsmarted them and now rules everywhere. The small ones all went into hiding, and you can't find them now. You can meet him in Hell's Lake. Pachom, go back. You can't do anything now. And you, Vasilisa, get going. Got it?
What do you know about the Vodyanoi?
A powerful chort, and an old one. People say he was here before Christ and remembers the old times. He has an underwater palace, but he may speak to you on the lake.
Will you break the seal for me?
Try to convince him. I told you, you won't find any other Vodyanois here. He's hard to convince, though, and I don't know if you'll be able to take him into battle. You're still weak.
What kind of lake is that?
The Permians call it Vatti. It means swampy lake. It's deep. One chort tried to measure it and lost a rope. The Russians renamed it after the hunting started. If you ask me, Hell's Lake is quite a fitting name.
I see. I'll get ready.
Well, be careful out there with him. If you strike a bargain with him, stick to it. If something goes wrong, don't panic. You have your black book. God be with you.
The sun is setting when you see the village of Verkhny Onil. You pick up the pace. You need to get to Hell's Lake before dawn. The villagers show you the shortest route to the lake, warning you about the dangers on the road. Pale moonlight falls on rotten and broken trees. You feel the presence of Leshis, or some other evil spirits. You whisper a ritual formula and step into the glade. Suddenly, chorts fly from all over. The detritus seems to be their doing. Chorts wound you before you have time to draw a circle. A pine tree, cracked by lightning, stands by the edge of a swamp. You know that lightning can be useful, and come closer. The tree is blackened and split in two. Strangely, the air is still filled with the smell of a thunderstorm. Your search soon bears fruit. You find a thunderstone. You pluck the stone from inside the charred pine and go on your way. You enter the serene, piney woods. Soon after, you find the source of light. There is an old izba amongst the trees, leaning comfortably on a branching pine. With a quiet squeak, the door opens, and a hermit welcomes you.
I have never thought a witch would come and visit me.
Why do you think I'm a witch?
I feel evil spirits a mile away.
You're calling me an evil spirit?
Come on, don't be mad. Could Providence bring you here? Have a rest. I've put the samovar on and lit it with juniper branches. I have a request to you.
All right, bring your tea.
You drink the tea and rest a bit.
What's your request?
I think you can handle it. Some hunters recently passed by here, but they never left, even after the ice drift. I followed them. Their camp isn't far from here. Their things are all in disarray, as if they never left in the spring. But there's no sign of them. I felt evil spirits there, but I haven't seen anyone. Please, find where the demons kidnapped them.
The camp is to the south, you say? I may drop by to find out what happened to them. So I might be a witch, but who are you?
I'm a hermit, and this is my skeet. I live here, far from worldly things, and serve God. There's plenty of holy saints, and the simple folk have plenty of troubles. So I pray here for the Holy Spirits to help our people with their troubles. I hope they can hear me.
Show me the way.
Listen, witch. Try to get off this road. There's nothing but trouble for you at its end.
You follow the directions of the hermit and soon come to a clear glade. You notice fir branches and a gap fire. It's clear that the hunters camped here.
The gapped fire has almost completely burned out. No one leaves fires like this behind in the forest.
Some of the hunters' things are still scattered about here. You manage to find one of their clumsily written diaries and a small pouch with silver rubles. It's difficult to make out anything from the illiterate scrawlings of a peasant. They consist mainly of hunting observations and notes. Your attention is drawn to a strange passage. February. Old man knocked on the door. Frozen. Started dying during the night. Suffered long. Maybe a Khaldun. Died only in the morning. Would be better if I took down the main beam. February later. Going home soon. Bad sleep at night. Something makes noise in the dark. Scary. February later. Yvonne disappeared at night. Going home. everyone scared. This is the last entry. You take the old pouch.
The axe is covered in rust. A hunter would never leave behind a thing like that. I saw a similar axe by the windmill. The axe is covered in rust.
It's unclear where the hunters have gone off to. There's nothing you can do but continue on your way to the lake. A foul stream runs through the swamp. You notice two figures sitting on a stone beside it. Through the silence of the night, you hear cold laughter and a muted conversation. The transfixed fisherman watches the rusalka that coils around him with glassy eyes. The claws of the spirit glisten in the moonlight. This is a recent acquaintance of yours. She jumps when she notices you. As soon as the demon looks away, the peasant comes to his senses. His eyes clear up, and he flees in horror.
You again, witch. Feeling jealous of my boys? Sure you are. After all, they're all fine lads.
Tell me, where did you hide the brine from the factory?
Oh, witch. I have no time to answer your silly questions. But some of my old friends do. Have fun!
The rusalka dives into the river, laughing. You effortlessly find the fisherman's camp. The peasants have already built a fire and are preparing for a night of fishing.
This fire attracts the fish.
You come upon the fisherman's belongings. One of them left his wallet among the ropes.
I wouldn't call this Hell's Lake.
Oh, Christ almighty! What are you doing here? I thought the Rusalka had returned to spoil our nets again. There's no water dripping from your dress, though.
Good evening. I'm looking for a boat to get me to the lake.
Are you out of your mind, girl? How did your Bolshak let you out of the house in the first place?
I am not out of my mind, actually. I need to get to the center of the lake to talk to the Vodyanoi.
Vodyanoi? We've already caught some fish. Why don't you go on your own way?
You don't have time to object. A fisherman that you saved from the Rusalka comes out of the forest and falls at your feet.
Thank you, kind lady.
After his tale, the rest of the fishermen agree to help you in any way they can.
Oh, thanks, girl. Didn't know you were a knower. Step into that boat as soon as you're ready. We'll get you to where you need to be.
You can get on a boat and set off to the meeting with the Vodyanoi. You come to your senses at the bottom of the lake and take a sharp, panicked breath. You seem to be able to breathe in the water as if it was air. A cry of amazement echoes dully across the silty lake bed. A familiar Rusalka swims up to you from the inky depths.
Well, what do you know? A witch in Vakul's kingdom.
I haven't been underwater for a long time. You alive, Vasilisa?
How do you like your hospitality, sister?
I can breathe here. How is this possible?
You're a knower. You need at least some knowledge for swimming, and the especially knowledgeable are able to walk underwater.
Has Vakul been expecting me?
Well, he knows quite a bit.
Can you guide me to him?
I can. I don't hold a grudge towards you.
Did you take the brine?
Vakul is the one who manages everything that's in the water, the salt as well. I'm just a Rusalka.
You again. Why don't I deal with you right now?
Here? In my home? Besides, who would guide you to Vakul? You won't make it here without me.
All right, let's go talk to your Vakul.
You should be more polite. You're in his domain after all. Follow me. First, we'll go to the village through the forest, and then from the Drowners Circle, it won't take us long.
Stop! Don't swim so fast!
Keep up, witch!
You can hardly keep up with the Rusalka swimming in the murky water. Soon, a wall of seaweed appears before you. Your guide dives into the thicket and disappears among the underwater trees. You hesitantly follow her. Suddenly, a drowner from the dark appears, accompanied by a couple of chorts. You go on your way through the river grass. After some time, you walk into a glade dotted with river shells. The white mollusk shells gleam mysteriously, like stars frozen still on the riverbed. One of the shells catches your attention. It emanates an ancient, enchanted power. On the outskirts of the underwater forest, you notice a village. You witness a strange, weird semblance of life. The chimneys are emitting silt, and drowners go about their business. The dead don't seem to care about you. Through the windows of one of the izbas, you notice the silhouettes of household spirits. It's difficult to make out the mumbling of these lonely susiedkos. They don't seem to understand what's going on, or why their residents behave in such a strange manner. You explain that their house is at the bottom of a lake. The spirits exchange surprised glances and disappear. Seems like one of them leaves you a handful of silver coins. You pass by the last of the dead men's houses. On the edge of the village, your old acquaintance, the Rusalka, is waiting for you.
A fine guide you are. I was nearly torn apart by chords in that grass.
What's a couple of chords to such a renowned knower? Besides, there's no such thing as a safe path over here. And for my friends, I choose the safest possible.
Friends? I don't even know your name.
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. My name is... I don't remember. What's wrong with me? Why can't I remember?
Wait! I can't keep up with you!
The Rusalka swims away into the pitch-black depths. You find a cemetery next to the sunken village. The crosses are broken, eaten away by worms. You carefully step on the dead grass that covers the cemetery soil. Your skin starts to crawl. The Chorts are near. You bravely venture into the middle of the cemetery and draw a circle. The demons appear soon after. Black figures step out from the darkness around you.
Get out of here, witch! Go search for your Vodinoy on your own!
So this is how you keep your promises.
What were you expecting? I'm a demon. I don't care. I don't even remember my own name.
You don't?
Well, it figures. You became a demon, so you lost your human name.
Became a demon?
Sure. Vakul didn't tell you? Well, why would he?
I used to be the same as you.
Well, if you'd been a nowhere, you wouldn't have drowned.
I want to remember the past me. Before all of this.
I can help. Is there anywhere you're afraid to swim?
There is. Something that sunk beyond the fishing nets.
Let's go there. Vakul can wait.
Yes, let's hurry. What's your name, witch?
Vasilisa. Why do the dead walk in circles here?
The Vodyanoi told me he'd put these 7 here to walk clockwise. As a testament to the old times.
What are these idols here?
Sorcery of some kind. Who's the witch here, anyway?
It's time to go. Lead on.
Yes, let's hurry for the sleigh, Vasia. It's not as scary with you.
Seven drowners are walking in circles around some idols.
Vasia, hurry to that sleigh.
It's time to go. Lead on.
Yes, let's hurry for the sleigh, Vasia. It's not as scary with you.
There are 2 drowners in the fishing nets. They untangle and tear the strings, freeing the lake dwellers stuck inside. The dead are distracted by their work and pay no attention to you.
Who's there? Who?
You! Don't stick your nose in others' business.
We do what we want here. Some bloated stiffs can't boss us around. Isn't that right, Vasia?
Well, yes, but tell me, what are you doing with the nets?
Tearing and cutting. We're spoiling them.
Shut your mouth. It's not any business of theirs. Don't go telling them that the Vodyanoi sent us.
The Vodyanoi sent you to spoil the fishing nets?
The nets. The fishermen don't sew them, nor do they carry them.
What are you telling them that for? She doesn't have to know that the Master Vodyanoi isn't happy with the fisherman. It's none of your business, Vange. Ya hear?
What an idiot!
That's great. The Vodyanoi sent us to relieve you.
Oh yeah, right. You can go back.
Oh, wonderful!
Wait a minute. If you were really sent by the Vodyanoi, surely you'd know his Perman name. What is it?
The drowner wants to know the Permian name for a Vodyanoi.
Vakul, Vakul!
Aha! I see. She never met a Vodyanoi. So who are you?
And nowhere.
However she is, she's gonna end up in this nets herself.
It looks like a cemetery for boats, logs, and the like. There's someone's skulls here. The sleighs are used in winter time.
These sleighs give me chills. Have you found anything?
Wait, I'll look around some more.
Next to the sunken sleigh lies a broken chest. You search its contents, and amid the rotten fabrics, you find a well-preserved photo and a pendant. It is an elegant thing, with precious jewels. There is some writing on the back. Yevdakia. Could that be her name? Miraculously, the photograph is in excellent condition. There is writing on the back. E. and P. Frolovs. At the bottom of the chest, you find several coins.
These sleighs give me chills. Have you found anything?
I found a pendant. Could it be yours? There's a name on the back. Yevdakia.
Could be. A beautiful thing.
You can keep it if you want. I found a photo. It's of a girl who looks like you.
That is me. And who is that?
Pahom, a salt worker. It says here you have the same family name. Is he a relative?
Maybe. I don't remember. I can't remember.
There's your portrait on the photo, and the first letter of the name on the pendant, Yevdakia. That's your name, Rusalka.
Yevdakia. Yes, that's my name. I think I'm starting to remember. Pahom is my father.
And you came back to the factory to kill the workers? At your own factory?
I was sent by the Vodinoy. I didn't know. Lord, my memory is like murky water. I have to get out of here. I don't belong in the dead man roundelays. Let go. Let me go.
Stop! You'll die up there in the morning. Or you'll be driven off by the cross. We'll ask Vakul about this. It's time to go to the Vodinoy.
Let's go. I know the way.
The Rusalka guides you to the mouth of the cave. Before you take another step, she stops you with a slight touch of her icy hand.
Vasya, stop! That bike lives in this hole.
So you led me into a trap?
No. Well, perhaps it is a sort of a trap. But for now, I don't want this fish to eat you.
Can't we go around it?
The way to the Vakul Palace is through this hole.
Then, when the fish comes out, strike it with your claws. It won't expect it. I'll finish it off with Zagavors.
All right, Vasya.
The pike falls on the river silt with a hiss. In a moment, it disappears, as if it's never been there. A rusalka swims out of the seaweed and points you into the depths of the pike cave. Inside the cave, you realize that you're exhausted. You need to find a place to camp.
how will we get out of here? Granted, I'm not really a cat, but I still don't like being underwater.
Soon, Proshka. As soon as we get to the Vodyanoi.
You could always stay here with the other demons, you know.
As if that'd be any better.
Rest a bit, Vasya. We still have 1 day of travel.
Why do you think the Vodyanoi sent you as my guide?
I think he sensed your power. But he didn't tell me this.
What kind of demon is he anyway?
The Vodyanoi has been ruling over the local rivers and lakes for a long time. He was here long before the new god. His palace is at the very depths of the Bluestone. His riches are immeasurable. Ushkuiniks brought him sacrifices as well as millers, fishermen, beekeepers. Everyone who works near the river or a lake has to deal with the Vodyanoi. Us two drowners.
How far is it to the palace?
Not far. Rest a bit now, and then we'll get to it.
This road looks old. Vakul also has complete economy here, with villagers and everything.
The drowners that have been here a long time are saying that this road used to be sacred. Each night, the old gods used to walk it. Now everything's changed to the new rules, and that's why Vakul is angry.
What do you remember from your past?
I remember my father. He brought me up by himself. I remember very little. Nothing else comes to mind.
Don't worry, Evdokia. You'll remember.
Oh, Vasya, who knows? I'm dead, aren't I? What was I doing, Lord Almighty? What will happen to me now? We, the dead, know only one thing. It's better to be alive.
An eel emerges from the seaweed, followed by a burbot. After several moments, you are surrounded by a swarm of eels and burbots that move through the seaweed as a huge herd. You soon notice the shepherds. Several drowners with paddles direct the group to a destination known only to them. The drowners stop the fish to talk to you. It turns out that this school of fish was part of a wager that some Vodyanoi lost to Vakul in a game of cards. They are from a river near the Church of the Trinity. Now the dead are steering this herd through the domain of the local evil spirits. After this conversation, you understand evil spirits a little bit better.
So many graves. All for the Vodyanoi's entertainment?
I heard this is where Vakul collects the graves of his victims. As soon as anyone drowns, a Gulbets grows here.
We could perhaps find your name here.
I didn't even think of looking here. I want to go home now, to the surface.
The Vodyanoi may agree to let you go. I'll have to think this through. I'll go take a look at the grave.
I feel a kind of kinship with that Gulbets over there. No, I won't approach it.
What's that cave over there?
It belongs to the Vodyanoi. Dead men are forbidden to go there. I can show it to you, though. You're not dead yet.
Enough Ramagen in the cemetery. Enough Ramagen at the cemetery.
Are you ready to continue on?
I forgot something here. An old grave. Can't make out the name.
You find the grave the Rusalka pointed out and wipe away the cold silt from the wooden tablet. Indeed, it is the grave of Pahom's daughter. Near the grave, you find Yevdokia's old cross.
This cave feels old.
This cave is closed to the dead. Vakul doesn't allow it.
Will you go there with me?
He'll let you out. I'm not sure about me.
So no one's ever been in this cave?
They say a drowner entered it, but Vakul punished him later. He ate him, I think.
Why do you think he forbids entrance?
Maybe he keeps treasure here. Maybe he put some monster inside to keep an eye on it.
Talk later. As if this crawl space leads to the underworld. All the walls used to be decorated here, but now it's all been washed off. Some pieces of copper are lying in a chest. Are they badges or something? Could they be Chut's badges? They have no powers left in them. Some pieces of copper are lying in a chest. Some kind of a bear or a moose. Can't make out. All the walls used to be decorated here, but now it's all been washed off.
Rays of light lead the way into the depths of the cave. The winding paths lead you to a huge altar. Who and how performed services here? You stop in hesitation. A drawing that appeared on the wall looks more recent than the others. It depicts a lizard-like pike. You think you've seen an image like that, but wasn't it a bear? You return from your thoughts to the present moment when you notice a sudden blue flash. A silver mask lies on the altar. You brush the dust off the ancient mask and exit the cave. The Rusalka finally leads you to the Vodinoi's palace gates. They're guarded by 2 watchmen who, as it seems, are unable to find common ground in an argument.
No, I cursed and cursed. It's you who didn't curse enough.
You can't even talk straight, not to mention tear some nets. He's mad because of you.
Oh, Rusalka.
You again, my little friends. I'm leading the Nowhere to Vakul, as he told me to.
Uh-huh. You're the ones who kept us from tearing the nets properly. Get out of here!
Maybe we can just swim over them?
We can't. There's sorcery here. There's only one entrance to the palace.
Listen, dead man. Vakul called me here himself, and if you won't let me pass, he'll be even angrier.
Even angrier?
Precisely. So move, why don't you?
Wait. We have an order. Only let the knowers in. So, if you're a knower, you should be able to answer this riddle of ours.
Very well. I'm good at these sort of things.
It purrs and purrs, but won't pour out.
It runs and runs.
But won't run out.
It pours and pours, but won't pour out. It runs and runs, but won't run out. It's a river. I've heard more difficult ones.
Well, that's correct. All right, go through.
But how?
Your riddle is to blame.
You leave the angry drowners and go on your way. The interior of the Vodinoi's palace doesn't look like old fairy tales. There are old planks instead of the crystal walls, and the place is overgrown with river grasses. You open your book in anticipation. You never know what kind of pests might be hiding in the old palace. Your vigilance pays off. A couple of chorts step out from the darkness. Near the empty gatehouse, you find a huge herd of cows. Among the animals walks an exhausted peasant. He notices you and rushes over to you.
Christ almighty, immortal man! She's alive and not haunted!
Be careful not to crush the witch! Oh, I will drag you even further!
A witch? I should have known! There's no other Christian soul around here except for mine! This is where I die!
Don't be so quick to write me off as a spirit. I can help you if you need me to.
You can? Praise the Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
But it won't be that easy to get you out. I think we should order a prayer. Then Vakul will let you go himself.
Take it. Here's the money I've made here. I am from Nekrasova village. Find my wife there. They've been searching for me. They'll order a prayer. I'm sure of it.
All right. I'll find your wife if I pass through there. Don't lose hope.
The moved peasant catches a tear trickling from his eye and bows deeply before you. The treasures of the Vodyanoi consist of all sorts of things. Silver and gold coins, icon frames studded with precious stones. There aren't any icons in the icon frames. You take a handful of coins, then another one, until you don't think you can carry any more.
So, got what you were after, Witch. What else do you want?
Will the Vodyanoi be here soon?
That's none of your business. We wouldn't let you in anyway. He comes when he wishes to.
What kind of a duo are you anyway?
Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps we're future Vodyanoi.
Very well. We'll talk later.
While looking at this corpse, Vakul sold it. You'd never know that this is how he makes new drowners.
So that's how drowners come to be.
Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
What can you tell me about him?
He's old, has his quirks. He's winning today, so he should be in a good mood. Listen, if he offers you gold, don't take it. Ask for fish scales instead. And put back the ones you've taken. You don't need them.
All right, I'll do that.
It's all different here in this world. It's not like what people are used to. Unless I announce you to the Vodyanoi, he won't show himself. Ready?
Yes, bring him in.
Year after year, it's getting worse and worse. So you threw some coins on the old altar. You're not a simp, girl. You can solve riddles, but that's only half of it. It means you speak the language of spirits.
Greetings, Vodyanoi grandfather. My name is Vasilisa.
I know your name. I know of everything in my kingdom. Do you think I couldn't get you this very moment unless I really wanted to? I wanted to see what kind of a human you are. You've been helping others. Found out the name of Rusalka. I don't approve of that. You have no business taking my servants away. Well, what brings you here?
I wanted to ask you. What's been going on at the salt factory? Did you send the Rusalka and take the brine?
I have this acquaintance of mine. Demidov is his name. Do you know what he did when he built his factory? He threw a glove into the water. Then he took out the other glove, cut out 3 fingers of it, and threw it also into the water. Do you know why?
Demidov threw a glove into the water. Why is this? For this glove to keep his factory safe.
I haven't heard anything sillier. A sacrifice, he promised me a human sacrifice. And not one, but several. And what now? I'd be content with some fisher pouring vodka into the lake. I won't stand for this. Your salt walker also promised me a sacrifice, but he wasn't very eager with making good on it. But I'll take what is due.
You yourself dragged Evdokia to the bottom.
Yes, I myself. Before his salt works, he had a watermill. That's when we made a contract. For this violation, he paid with his daughter. Wasn't eager to pay the tribute for his factory. He's paying for it now.
So you're to blame for all these deaths.
Mind who you're talking to, witch. I took only what's mine to take. For your words, I could turn you into a drowner, but today I will be kind.
How does he get the brine back now?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will have to do it properly afterwards. Don't you want to learn anything else?
To begin with, I wanted to ask you. I know the name of the Rusalka. Let her go. Now!
Do I look like a bandit to you? Does she look a bride? She can't be saved by a name. She's already dead. You can't bring anyone back from the afterlife.
No, there are ways.
You are talking about your book. She doesn't have anything like that. She will do her time with me. When it is her time to return to the surface, I will let her go, to heaven or hell. That is not for me to decide. And certainly not for you.
I wanted to ask you. What's this cave with writings on the walls?
I've been living here for a long time. Everything used to be different here. There used to be a grave. I kept what's left. Old traditions shouldn't disappear. I simply want to let them.
I wanted to ask you. I need to break the seal on the book.
I know this book, and I know how to break the seal. I'll break it if you do my bidding.
I wanted to ask you. How do I get the brine back? How do I break the seal?
Do you want to know what to do next? I'll tell you, but you will have to do it properly afterwards. Don't you want to learn anything else?
Tell me what you want.
Yes, now there's a good witch. I need a helper on land. You You will go to the boathouse that's not far from Vilgard. You will find some bandits there. Lately, they too have forgotten to make offering to me. Make them restore this good tradition.
All right, as you wish.
I like you, Vasilisa. We can become friends after I break the seal. I choose a gift for you. A chest of golden coins or a handful of fish scales.
I'll take the scales. You can't find any such things on the surface.
As you wish, witch. Now return to the surface. Well, have a nice trip. Well, meet right after you fulfill my task. Perhaps at the old watermill of Bahom. I'll break your water seal, and the brine, it depends on Bahom. Surely I'll be able to find a couple of gloves.
You return to your senses on the bank of the Rusalka backwater. You spit out muddy water and inspect your things. Everything is where it should be. With a shudder, you clutch for the black book. It's also here. Only the fish scales have disappeared. To your surprise, you notice a heavy sack with gold coins in its place.
Grandpa, I'm back.
Vasilisa, I did some divinations the other day. Learned that Vakul is holding you captive. And then I went to the Church of the Trinity, did what needed to be done. That's why the water demon let you go.
The prayers may not be the reason. He had a task for me.
You tell old Yegor about the events of recent days.
So that Miller was Bahom. Interesting. A Vodinoy doesn't forget his subjects. Be on the lookout with this demon. He may try to pull one over on you.
I don't trust demons, just as you taught me.
And that's why you helped the Rusalka. That is not the same as a changeling girl. We need to be careful in our line of work, or you'll wind up beneath the earth. Anyway, we need to think about something else. Ask the bandits about Vakul. They might give you some advice.
All right, Grandpa. What kind of bandits make offerings to him?
I think river bandits. Not a rare sort nowadays. They may be escaped convicts or former factory workers. You're a powerful knower. They can't hurt you. Curse them if they try anything. Don't let them catch their breath.
I met Rusalka. Do you think we can help her?
The Rusalka? She's dead already. How can you help a dead person? Well, I'm sorry, Vasilisa. I spoke without thinking. I don't think she has friend that can help her.
But I found her name. It must mean something.
You're saying she's Pahom's daughter? Let him think about it.
Can I at least free her from the Vodinoy?
That spirit holds on to his droners until their early time is up. He might let them go sooner, for the right price. Sometimes, of course, they can be saved with prayer. Vodinoys who are weaker than ours have a lower price. What price will Vakul ask? No one knows. You can try it if you want to, but the seal takes priority. Don't you forget that.
Do you think he will keep his promise about the salt and the seal?
I dealt with him once, also at a mill. Did everything he had to, but also took all that he could. A powerful shot. Now it's your turn. You'll beat him, never doubt that.
I see. Time to go.
All right. That pothouse of yours isn't far from Salatnova, to the west of Kusheva.
Nekrasova isn't far. One drowner asked me to help him.
I'll get Pahom in the meantime. God help you.
God bless, Yegor Yevlampovich. Vasilisa.
Howdy! I thought you decided never visit my izba ever again.
Oh, if God wished it so, I wouldn't. This place of yours scares me something terrible. I can just feel Chorts looking at me from the forest. Necessity brought me here. No one can help me but you.
What happened? Is someone's dead?
Oh, no one. Praise the merciful Lord. Well, at least no man was killed. In a cemetery chapel we found a cow that's been missing for several months now.
Sure, I remember that cow. That's the one we couldn't bring back from the Leshy. It's a good thing that you found it.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. It's been found dead. A horrible sight.
I heard that the chapel has been haunted lately.
Right. Weren't you the one who forbade me to exorcise the demons there? Why don't you tell me some more about that silly superstition of mine, huh?
Well, what can I say? I was wrong, Yegor Yevlampovich. Help us, fools. Well, I'll be waiting for you in my church.
I think we should inspect that cow. I have a bad feeling about it.
All right, Grandpa. Let's get going.
Yegor's Chorts fuss in the backyard, arguing and chattering like a flock of magpies. You notice that some of them smear radishes with soot, while others wash them off, trying to outdo one another. Having noticed your interest in the Chorts, old Yegor tells you of an old theory of his. According to his logic, a learned Chort is better than 3 unlearned. The cold night is filled with hundreds of sounds. Demons and wood chorts swoop under the wide fir branches. Owls hunt for nimble mice. Graveyard grasses whisper something from beneath the gloomy silhouettes of the Galbets at Mikhail's crossroads. Old Yegor stops and crouches down, looking at something on the dry earth.
Look, all this time and your circle is still visible? I wonder if I can find mine from the time I took the hat. Who knows how many circles were once drawn here? So many sins. What do you think we need icons and churches for? I have enough sin to bury Christ himself. Do you think any Khaldun can manage it?
They say there's no saving for Yeretniks.
I believe they speak true. I imagine that's why they supply us with chorts, for us to learn to control them. And the church and the icon, it's so people aren't afraid.
Could it be that I will draw a circle here with a student of my own one day?
God willing.
At the crossroads of 2 trade routes, you see the annual fair. Despite the late hour, trading is still taking place. Perhaps you might buy something for your journey. A multitude of goods can be found. Prianics, as well as a variety of magic trinkets. There's something for everyone here.
Oh, Vasya, Igor Yevlampovich, you came. I don't know what to do. I've read all the prayers I know. I haven't seen such horrors in years. Who could have done something like that to animals? No less than a monster.
Tell me where you found the animal.
In the old chapel, in the cemetery. Hardly anyone visits there, and even fewer now. So it's still there, by the altar. What is this scourge upon our Riest? What devil tortures us? Lord, forgive us.
Have you noticed anything else unusual?
Well, people are scared to go to the cemetery. It's haunted. People were about to ask you for help, but I assured them that you would drop by soon enough.
Where's the chapel the cow was killed in?
Well, in the church cemetery. Something was amiss there long before this happened. Strange knocking and scratching. It sounded as if it were coming from beneath the ground. That's why folk rarely go there.
All right, we'll see what demon you have over there.
In the meantime, find the payment in the church bins.
Rest assured, Igor Yevlampovich, I'll do that.
What a strange chapel. People must not visit it often. The walls have rotted through. Jesus, who would do this with a cow? When I catch that chort, he'll get it.
Jesus Christ! Oh, you don't need to look at this. I will deal with the animal and you look around. Try to find some clues. What kind of demon are we dealing with here?
There's cow's blood on the icons. Old ropes, no blood on them. The inhabitants of Vilgard are all buried here. Almost all of them.
You find the bloody piece of a shroud. You pick it up, but it crumbles in your fingers as if it has been lying here for decades.
Have you looked around?
I've already looked around. Here. I found a piece of a shroud, but it crumbled in my hands.
Ha! That's no accident. So a spirit is one of the dead, one of the old ones. I've inspected the cow. The demon tore it with claws and teeth. That's clear as day. But here's a hint. I found iron shavings in the bones. I don't like this, Vasya. Let's try to open up the old tracks. Wait while I whisper over your discoveries. Here. Let's follow it. I had a feeling the other day. A bad omen, this find.
You notice strange, bloody tracks, as if human tracks got mixed with that of a bird.
Where do these tracks lead? Let's find out, Vasilisa.
The trees near the ruined grave stand frozen in silence. You look down. The black hole leads deep underground. A name half erased can still be read. Prokopy.
I knew it.
You hold up the swaying Yegor.
I was young and experienced. It didn't completely disable him. The cursed Yeritnik broke free. I figured it out as soon as I saw the cow. Your family had a similar cow long ago. He left that gift for me to find.
Oh well, we'll have to drive him back. My study was not in vain. We'll do it together. I saw a rope in the church. We'll need to climb down into his lair. Here's some rope. Now I can descend into the grave.
Prokopy! You!
Yegorka, we meet again. Why have you come? It can be to bring an offering to your old teacher, can it? Would you look at that? Dark hair, fair skin, and fearless. Just how I like them. Well, bring her here and get lost.
Do I look like an offering to you? You know nothing about us, demon.
No, girl. It's you who knows nothing about us. Isn't that right, Yegorka? I've taught you well. You're the same as me.
How did you survive here?
You were young, Yegor, inexperienced. Didn't know how to kill me. And now it's too late. I couldn't get out of my coffin for a long time. Your holy man knew what he was doing, unlike you. But don't fret. You lived a long life. Look at you now. So old, pathetic. Even I look better. I haven't aged a minute for the past 30 years. Look at my palace. Truly a sight to behold, is it not?
How did you build all of this?
Simple. My teeth and nails turned to iron over time. They were indeed pleasant tools to work with. As soon as my name got washed off of the coffin, the prayers stopped holding me down. Isn't it funny? You shall perish with your girl in my grave.
You say you and Grandpa are alike.
Don't you dare to compare us, Prokopy.
Oh, how could I? You are so kind. Yegorka the kind. Weren't you the one who sent his charts to kill me in my sleep? Weren't you the one who took my charts? Oh, but aren't they on your shoulder as we speak?
I didn't kill any children.
True, but what about other scenes? What is this stick? Is it made from the same horn as my ancient rod? But what do I hear? Could it be the voice of my old chart? Oh, really? The demon told me everything. Oh, whatever they whispered to you, whatever they advised to you at the end of your miserable life.
That's enough of you, demon!
I didn't know how to destroy you then. But now I do.
You can't overcome two Kolduns, Prokopy.
I've been waiting for this over 40 years. Don't underestimate me.
He's going to hell for sure. Quick, remember what you need to do?
So, how do I dispose of the restless dead so that it is certain he passes to the afterlife?
Hit it with an aspen stake or break its spine. If I had been smarter then, it wouldn't be here now. Good. We dealt with it swiftly, before it had the chance for mischief.
Prokopy said you have identical staffs.
His was from a horn. I took it, added to my sins. He also obtained one for himself, made out of moose horn. You need to take this one, of course, if you don't fear his retribution.
You take Prokopy's old staff.
You have shorts left. I thought you gave them all to me, along with the book.
Almost all. Left some to myself. They have their uses, you see. I'll find use for them yet.
Let's deal with Prokopy, Grandpa.
Right. He could rise at any moment. Demonic force. Pooh.
You neutralize Prokopy, and the Chorts help to cover his grave with dirt. There is now a crater in place of a grave. You've seen similar during your travels. Were they the result of unclean dead like this?
How are you feeling, Grandpa?
What do you mean? I'm fine. Is this about Prokopy? To hell with him. I've dealt with him before, and this time we sent him to the abyss together. It's a pity I didn't do it properly the first time around. So, how's the progress going on your seals?
Soon they all will be gone. I think we can make it in time.
A ray of light from a suddenly opened door of the village shop pierces the darkness. A young lad with an accordion strapped across his back runs into the street. A moment later, a shop owner emerges, spewing curses and chasing after the musician. You are somewhat familiar with the accordion player. This dashing youth is often invited to вечерkas and celebrations. You whisper a zagovor, and the merchant clumsily falls onto the dirty road. Judging by his angry yells, you guess that the young man has stolen a box of sweets from his shop. You think he casts a narrow-eyed glance in your direction before he disappears in the dark. The merchant spits on a neighbor's hen in frustration, knowing he won't be able to catch the musician.
That scoundrel! Sure, take him! He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see a half kopeck until Christmas.
I need to get to a pothouse somewhere in these parts. Is it far?
Oh, girl, don't go there. That's a bad place. The pothouse and vodka are the root of all evil. Here, they found this man recently, drunk himself to the grave. Just buried him. Well, the pothouse is to the north. You won't miss it. Fedьka, the accordion player, must have gone there. That rascal, that scoundrel. Sure, take him. He'll pay me back, he says. I know all about him paying back. I won't see a half kopeck until Christmas.
I know this man. Should I get him back for you?
If only you could. I know him as well, but still. If only my boy was at the counter. I bet he's gone divinating to the ovens again.
Behind those barns?
Yes? Is anything wrong?
Do they have any idea how to perform divinations? I fear something might go wrong.
Nothing bad will happen to them. Sure, take them. Youngster, have no patience. Can I help you? Get going.
But what if I wanted to buy something?
Yeah, right. The devil you roaming around at night. Get lost.
The merchant shuts the door in front of you. You can only continue on your way. The narrow path leads you to a silent bee garden. A single light shines amidst the beehives. A beekeeper has lit a splinter and is writing something on birch bark.
I can hear you walking. Come out to the light.
Greetings, beekeeper.
Ah, a traveler. Well, come in. Make yourself at home in my bee kingdom. My name is Panko.
The beekeeper proceeds to write something on birch bark.
Are you writing a Leshy charter by chance?
Heaven forbid. I'm calculating my income for the summer. The bee queen spawns grubs every day. So I get a lot of new bees. If only I had enough houses for them. This Vodyanoi helps me. There's Chorts Creek nearby. The bees drink their water there. I threw something in the water recently. A bottle of vodka and a loaf of bread. So my bees wouldn't die off this winter.
I see. If you're having a good year, maybe you have something to sell.
Come and take a look. Are you interested in some healing herbs? I heard this one story from an old woman I know. Thing is, I can tell a mighty scary story. Might make your hair stand on end.
The black shape of this Avin looks like a beast ready to pounce. When you peek through the slightly open door, you gasp. Aviniks have stuffed the children into the stove and are arguing about something.
Let us into your ravine, kind host.
Witch! I can sense Galdoons from a mile away. Well, come in. You've already invited yourself.
Damn Aviniks. They always looking to eat somebody.
What's with the children? Did you kill them?
Not yet. We're deciding on who gets to do it. Well, what are you looking at? They came for divinations at wrong time, didn't ask for invitation, didn't circle themselves. And to top things off, their father cursed them. Or could it be you, who also came to grab a bite? Come on, take off their icons. They're nasty to the touch.
I came for the children. They're my prey. The merchants send them to hell? I know, and their chorts send me precisely for that reason. The real chorts, mind you, not some household spirits.
That's the first time I've heard such a thing. Prove to us that chorts sent you.
These Aviniks want to see chorts. Well, I know where I can get plenty of those. Well, look at this!
You open your pistir, and several annoyed chorts spill out of it. The panicked Aviniks hide in dark corners. After the Aviniks disappear, the children return to their senses. They remember what happened, only in part. You remind them of the necessities of a protective circle by properly boxing their ears. Someone's figure stands black at the forest's edge. You can't make out who's waiting for you on your way. You clutch your book tighter. A human voice answers you. You come closer and recognize the accordion player you met from Sultanova village.
Vasya, I knew it was you in the village.
What do you need? You're on your way already.
I wanted to thank you. You tripped him and I managed to escape.
Yeah, tripped. Right.
Here, take a sweet for the road. I need these sweets for business, but I'll pay them back first thing tomorrow.
You must be carrying these for the girls, as usual.
Such accusations all of a sudden. Nothing of the sort. I'm going to a pot house. I've been asked to play for a birthday, I think.
Fedka plays a riff on his accordion.
I think if I bring a present along, they'll pay me more.
To a pot house, you say? Have you been there before? What kind of place is it?
No, I haven't. It used to be an abandoned izba. Now I hear that each night it becomes a noisy pot house. So it must be fun. Oh, a fine pot house it must be.
Who called you there?
God knows. The other night I met some lad by my izba. Come to the pot house, he says. Gave me some money in advance and promised more afterwards.
Why couldn't you buy sweets with that money?
I hid them away right after, just in case. Come on, don't fret. I'll pay it back later.
I've heard wicked people reside there.
I don't care. Even church won't hurt an accordion player.
Really, you haven't met Chorts. You wouldn't know if you did.
Not everyone is brought up by a knower.
God help you. I have business of my own.
Wait, where are you going yourself?
I'm going to the pot house too. I need to check up on this birthday.
Oh, how wonderful. Let's go together.
Yeah, wonderful. Sorry, but I'll have to go alone. First, I need to drop by Nekrasova.
Look what's going on there. Men and women crawling like flies. Let's go.
You don't have time to interject, and the musician drags you along. Peasants are gathering on the banks of the river. Each has several loaves of bread in their hands, which they are throwing into the river, and watch as they drift downstream. The musician calls out to them and strides confidently towards them.
Well met, Nekrasova. What are you doing here? Feeding the fishes?
They're looking for a drowned man. He can be found where a loaf sinks, so they say.
Yes, one man from our village went missing. We can't find him.
I think I know who you're talking about. You won't ransom him from a Vodinoy with bread, and not from your Vodinoy for sure.
And how do you know that? Her grandpa is a knower. She's a knower too. But what can we do to make him drift ashore? Tell us if you know.
If you want to ransom him from Yovodinoy, you'll need coins for that. Throw an odd number of each time, 3 or 15.
How much money will it take? Where can we get that amount? We struggled even to get this bread.
Here, take this. It's not much, but it should do.
Well, Vasia, quite a wealthy girl you are.
Keep quiet. Don't go counting my money.
We thank you for this. We'll be searching for him until spring this way.
You say goodbye to the peasants and go on your way. Soon, you are able to rid yourself of the musician, who stays to chat with some of his new acquaintances. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. You soon find the izba where the missing peasant's family lives. It turns out that he is one of the villagers trying to reach the Sultanovka Bank. You tell his wife that she must recite a prayer. The shaken woman recognizes you as a witch and trusts your every word. You give her all the money the Vodinoy's servant gave you. The grateful peasant woman gives you some healing herbs for the road. After some thought, you ask her to light a candle for a certain Rusalka that you know. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. Everyone you ask knows about the pothouse, but tells you that it is a wicked place for wicked people. As it turns out, the bandits have become even noisier as of late, but no one has seen them in nearby villages. One of the people you talk to crosses himself and tells you that there's something demonic going on in this pothouse. With a shaky voice, he tells you about a logging area to the west. You can't get anything else out of him. The silent village is getting ready to sleep. There are lights in some windows, and from time to time, you see peasants going about their business. You hear the lingering sounds of songs long known to you. At one of the izbas, you see a late-running Vichorka. It may be worth stopping to listen for a while. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song. On the frozen logging site, everything is silent, even birds and insects. Knowing this to be a sign of evil spirits, you open your book. Several fat logs are lying on the glade ahead of you near an old fire, and some items are scattered about it. By the roots of a notably large fallen pine, you see the mouth of a hole. The closer you get to the logging site, the stronger the smell of decay. You recoil involuntarily when you spot the bodies, stuck into the rough holes in the trunks, as if into coffins. Overcoming your disgust, you inspect the corpses. Many of the dead have weapons. It would appear they used to be bandits. You find a purse with rubles on one of them and take it without remorse. You feel the stench of death in the air. It seems no one has been here for a long time. You find someone's ledger by the fire. Reading it, you find regular sacrifices to the Vadinoi and other, more sinister expenses that you try not to think about. The last record is dated more than a week ago. The hole breathes with the dampness of a graveyard. At the bottom of it, among roots that look like paws of exotic beasts, you see an empty chest. Upon closer inspection, it proves to be quite old. It would seem that this small chest was buried a long time ago. You pass a small settlement that has no name yet. On the village edge, you notice a fat barrel rolling to the west. It turns out that the barrel is rolling to the pothouse. Sometime later, several chorts fly out of it, transform into whirlwinds, and fly away so fast that you have no time to read a Zagavar. Approaching the barrel, you notice that it used to be full of mash, but it is empty now.
What of a chorka they're having here. I see the musician has already got there.
The peasant holds his head and wipes away a single tear from time to time.
Are you all right?
Oh, girl, what are you doing here? Get out of here while you still can. This is an evil place.
I know it is. That's why I'm here. I found dead bandits in the forest, at the logging site. It would seem that demons killed them.
That's what happened. Run while you yourself are still alive.
If you're so scared, why aren't you running too?
I can't escape the Chorts. They left me here while they're drinking in the porthouse. Later, they'll ride me to hell.
Dear God, so you're dead?
I used to spend quite a bit of time in this pothouse. Now it's time to pay the bill.
I see. What can you tell me about the pothouse?
A wicked place. Oh, wicked people. So it was. And it's worse now.
Why are you crying?
What? I'm not crying. I won't cry. No matter what fate befalls me. Do you hear?
Perhaps I can save you. I know how to deal with chorts. I have a pastor full of my own. Just help me get inside.
You can't help me. But you can pick on a chort if you like. Here is the key from the back door. You can go in if you want to.
El Archesba, a fine one. I have business with your chieftain.
Ha! He has no business with you. Go, before Cassian has seen you.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know.
And I am Zao, the entire Perm Gubernia.
I'm a witch from Vilgard, if you really want to know. I can heal you, but I can curse you as well.
I'll show you, curse. There's no place for witches here. Go!
Through your clenched teeth, you whisper a zagaver that would topple any peasant, but this large man is unaffected. You decide not to attract too much tension prematurely and begin searching for another way. You can hear the sounds of an accordion and lively conversation. The door is locked. The lock falls to the floor with a thud. The door is open. The fun starts to gather momentum, while the sky behind the window is getting dark.
The pothouse's owner doesn't even look at me.
The accordion player winks at you while playing his instrument.
I knew your life wouldn't be the same without me. You came to see me, Vasilisa, my dear.
Don't tempt fate, Fyodor.
I'm only kidding. The fun starts at night.
Aren't you afraid of Wicked Man?
What's there to be afraid of? Everyone likes a good accordion player. I tell you, the devil himself doesn't frighten me. I won't let anyone hurt you either.
I found something. I think demons are to blame for it. Perhaps the bandits are all dead by now.
The stories you tell, Vasilisa. You and your old man, always first-rate jokers.
This is no joke, Fetka.
Oh, stop it, Vasya. You'll make me miss my notes.
What were you saying about fun?
Some guy tells me here that as soon as it gets dark, we'll start treating our guests so well that he'll be in heaven. That's the gist of it.
Huh. Interesting. We'll talk later.
All right. Here, sit on the bench. Listen to my fine playing.
The fun starts to gather momentum, while the sky behind the window is getting dark. Soon the peasants are dancing so hard that the walls around them start to shake. After some time, the crowd is having so much fun that the accordion player is lifted up and thrown into the air to cheers. The most noticeable in the crowd is a large man. Is this the game chief? You notice that the pothouse visitors approach a glass jar that stands by the window and smears something around their eyes. Having carefully picked out this moment, you reach the item. You've had a bad feeling about this pothouse for a while, and now it has turned to horror. Your suspicions prove true. Everything around you was an illusion. The accordion player wasn't thrown into the air without malice. You take out the black book, but the chief of the short swarm calls you out.
I think my stables will see another witch added to it. What a day. Whatever brought you here, madam?
The musician is trying to get out of the noose with all his strength.
I know that you killed the local bandits.
They found what they shouldn't have. That is, us. I can't say we weren't grateful, though.
You killed them all? Why?
The accordion player fights back a little less fiercely.
Do we require a reason? We're evil spirits, girl. But you ask your questions. I have plenty of time.
The Vodyanoi needs his offerings. How do I get them from you?
It seems that the musician is almost completely exhausted at this point.
Oh, you won't get anything from us. We're the ones creating problems, not solving them.
Noticing the musician losing his strength, you get out your black book.
Stop your blabbing! You're going to hell alone with your pack.
We'll see who goes to hell. I'll turn you into a mare and hitch you to a cart.
When Mikolka the Chort falls, his flock flies screaming from the windows and doors. You quickly release Fedka from the noose. He seems to be still breathing, but there's no trace of his usual hubris. To your surprise, the Chort hasn't yet vanished like the rest.
Wait, Khaldun, I will help you.
What? You're looking to serve me? I have plenty of charts of my own.
But I am a strong Chort, you've seen it yourself. I'll prove myself useful more than once.
First, tell me this. What happened to the bandits?
They dug up an old treasure chest and was buried here a long time ago by Ushkuinix. It was guarded by strong sorcery. Not strong enough to kill all the bandits, but still, I think something went wrong with the Zag. We were bound to guard it, regular Chorts we were. But with time, the magic grew stronger, and so did our power, like wine. When they opened the chest, we took what we were due. All of their heads. The residue of the sorcery created of this phantom.
I don't think Vakul will be too happy.
And after that, we started gathering the cursed ones around the area. I turned the sinners into horses and drive them into hell. Everything had been going so well until you came. The Zagavad was so strong even the evil spirits used herbs to counter it.
Should I leave these Chorts here to roam around instead of the bandits? Let them make offerings to the Vodyanoi. All right, come into my service.
Thank you, witch. You won't regret it. I will spoil a lot of souls on your behalf.
The accordion player has stood on the border between life and death, and seems to be different right now. On your way back, he is silent. You help Fedka get to the closest village and return home. You can only guess how the Vodyanoi will react to the death of his bandits. They won't make him offerings anymore.
And I was here by dawn.
Why didn't you leave that short to make sacrifices, huh? Catch the cockroaches.
I'll think of something with the Vodyanoi.
You'd better. We don't have time to search for another Vodyanoi. All right, you need to go to the mill. I already sent a salt worker there.
Do you think Vakul will break the seal?
No, I don't know. He'll do whatever he thinks of. He likes sacrifices. Maybe you can make him change his mind with money.
I've been thinking about that Rusalka.
You could try to buy out her soul, but what's the point? He'll let her go in 50 years or so. She's dead, she can wait.
What should I watch out for at the watermill?
I think you should be ready for anything. That demon wanted to meet there for a reason. He has power there, as well as history.
I'm getting better and better with the book.
Ha! You bet. Knowledge is light. The longer you hold on to this book, the brighter it shines, and the taller the shadow is behind your back. Doesn't matter who holds this book, a girl or an old man. This shadow keeps growing, and in time will cover villages, peasants, friends, and family. Finally, it gets to you.
Well, time to go to the mill.
It's not far from Gaina village. You won't get lost there.
Could you maybe bring me a jug of milk? And some pruno, as much as possible, instead of bothering me with all that questions.
Yes, Vasilisa. Why won't you treat our guest with mash? Here you go, Proshka, lad. Take it.
Thank you, Grandpa. What a nice guy.
Since when are you getting along so well?
Since the time Proshka saved all our books.
Yeah, there were mice all over. They ate your books, you know? And I caught them all.
So it turned out not a bad thing to have any caught at home. He caught all the mice.
What else do you want to know?
What happened next? How did you live in a church?
Vasilisa. Hard to remember. As if all the memories were gone with the wind.
So, you don't remember anything?
Just a bit. Too little. Well, what you looking at? Try to live such a long time, and then we'll see how good you are with all this remembering business. I do remember living in a rich house where I always sat. As a sosietka, I guess. And I looked over all three sides.
All four, you mean?
No. I remember this quite well. 3 of them. Our side, 1 below, and 1 above. And then there was a wind. It blew at all times, cold, northern. And river shells whispered me something.
Sounds eerie.
No, it was all right. But it is not the whole story. Just give me some time, and I will have it all. What else do you want to know?
Why do you need a pruno? You're undead.
The undead need a treat from time to time, don't they? You know, they sometimes treat sosietkas and the parents. Why am I any different? What else do you want to know?
Let's go. We'll talk later.
God be with you. I'm a fisherman from the northern lake, Vatti, Lord forgive. I came to ask for your help. Put some Zagavors on our mugs. Maybe it will help ward off evil spirits. They ruin all our nets.
Let me see. Oh, I can't heal here with Zagavors. You need to ask the Vodinoi for help.
Christ in heaven. All right, I'll try making a deal with them.
Near the old Izba, a man is scolding his wife. Half the village soon gathers to listen to the quarrel. Half the peasants take the side of the husband, while the other half support the wife. The subject of the argument turns out to be a saw that breaks down every other time. The man suspects that his wife is cursing it, while she insists she is innocent. This item looks like it's been repaired quite often. Looks like it was fixed by the local smith a couple of days ago. You think that the smith may know something about the defect and learn how to get to his Izba. You decide on your next actions. It turns out the mill has long since been abandoned and is rather notorious here. Hardly anyone is brave enough to get close to the building. The talk is, the Vodinoi still grabs passers-by and drags them to the bottom. On the village street, you meet a strange peasant procession with chests and sacks. A peasant clutching a sleepy rooster walks in the lead. The people stop, noticing you on their way. The old women start to cross themselves, thinking you to be a bad omen. The man walking at the head of the procession addresses you.
Who are you, bareheaded wench? What are you doing here at night?
A rooster in hand and sacks full of clothing. What are these peasants planning? Looks like they're offering the rooster as a sacrifice to the Susietko. So they're moving. I'm a simple traveler who's lost her way. So, you're moving into a new izba?
None of your business, wench.
I'm a witch doctor. I can help you move.
After a brief discussion, the peasants accept your offer. You make a sacrifice near the future hut while whispering Zagavers. Thankful people offer you some gifts. You go past the new houses of the settlement and approach the Kama Bank. The Vadinoi was sure to be followed by his retinue, dead men and drowners from the underwater domain. Breathing in the fresh night air, you draw a circle. The Chthonian guests show up almost immediately. Your recent acquaintances emerge from the river.
Is that you, witch?
A witch! A witch!
You! What do you need here?
Vakul has gone to the watermill, so the border is thin. We came along too.
To help him deal with that girl also.
Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
If you know the Vodinoi so well, maybe you can tell me how to help the Saltwalker and the Rusalka.
The Vodinoi took a liking to you. He likes knowers. He doesn't like that you held the Rusalka with her name. He planned to live with her for a long time. What's he going to do with her now that she remembered her past? He was upset that you held this shepherd. He got so angry. There were waves all over. Vakul is not in a good mood now. He'll probably demand a ransom. I don't know how much, but he won't ever let the Rusalka go. Only when her time comes. Like the rest of the drowners.
When my time comes, I'll become a Badinoi myself.
Keep quiet. Did crayfish eat your brains?
I'll probably send you back to your underwater hole.
Well, you won't beat us here.
The smithy is built on the far end of the village to prevent fires. You knock at the door and shudder. The sound disturbs the heavy silence. The door opens. The first thing you see is a gun, and then the smith.
Who are you? It seems a bit early for Carolyn.
A man from Fedorova sent me. Here, his saw is fixed poorly.
The smith puts down his gun and inspects the tool.
Ah, lousily done. It's my work. But what can you do? I'm afraid to work for too long. You won't believe me.
I'm a knower. I've seen a lot of things.
Christ almighty. Well, listen. The devil himself visits me. He looks like an ordinary, God-fearing man, but smells of drink. He comes and tells me, shoe my horses. So I'm lifting the horse's hoof and see a human foot. This peasant has it backwards, hooves for feet, and he stares at me with his eyes. So I had to shoe a human foot. Lord, forgive me. I've been afraid to open the door ever since.
You say he smells of drink? I met shorts such as this yesterday. They won't bother you anymore.
You chased them away? I don't know how to thank you. Give me that saw. It will be as good as new.
The grateful smith fixes the tool and bows low to you. On your way back, you give the peasant the saw and receive your reward. The wine shop is working until late. Warm light from its window pours onto the street, hidden in the dark. Noticing your book, the wine seller invites you inside. He claims to have books for sale.
I see you're interested in books. You have a great one with you, I see. Is it old? I am not only selling drinks, you know. Care to look?
The mill rises above the pool of the river inflow. The izba is decrepit, and the water wheel is silent. The reeds around it rustle mysteriously. You're greeted by a salt worker.
Oh, Vasilisa.
I visited the Vodinoy and learned about your daughter. Don't you think it's something worth telling me?
How could I? God, this is all like in a bad dream. He took Yevdokia, but I didn't know he was the one to blame. And I didn't think for a minute that he would send her to kill people. I thought there was another Vodinoy. I thought I had escaped from that one. So much death, so many sacrifices. Sacrifices. I offered money, vodka, porridge. It's still not enough for Vakul. He only wants lives.
Did you make a pact with the Vodinoy here?
Yes. This is my old watermill. I used to work here. When I built it, I made a pact with Vakul. He tells me it's business as usual, so I thought I'd pay it off with rubles.
It's never that easy with demons.
Several years later, he started playing tricks with shadows. His way of asking for his sacrifice. I never wanted to hurt anyone, and so I refused him. He then took it for himself. I had an apprentice, a guy who poured grain. A fine lad. I liked him a lot. And the Vodinoy dragged him into the water. The demon drowned him. Do you understand? Then I abandoned that watermill. I couldn't stay there. I opened these salt works later. I thought he had already taken what was due. But it was never enough for him. Turns out he's the one who took my daughter. He killed my Dusha.
How did the Vodinoy find you in the salt works?
This factory is far away. I thought another Vodinoy managed this place. And so it used to be in the beginning. I managed to make some money milling the wheat. First I built a small factory, and then it expanded. We got along fine with another water demon. He did not want any human sacrifices. Then I gather Vakul beat him and took this river under his control. But I wasn't aware. and then he somehow learnt about me.
What happened to your daughter?
My daughter, she had nothing to do with it. When Vakul found me, I think, wanted to teach me a lesson. Yevdokia went to Solikamsk in winter by sleigh. The ice broke beneath her. No one found my daughter, nor did they find the sleigh. That time, I didn't guess who was to blame. It's not the Vodyanoi my grandfather told me about. God punished me. He sent the most devious one.
I think you'll be able to talk to Vakul today.
Oh, I will. That damned chort I will.
I don't think you can handle him. Only I can. Besides, even I won't be able to kill him. Masters of nature are strong.
Do what you can.
I will. I think Vakul will show up sooner if you start the mill.
Can do. I already inspected it while I waited. I've opened the screen, but the wheel doesn't spin. The chute is worn out. I can patch it. These chutes can be patched. It's a pity some of them are too far gone. There aren't enough paddles on the wheel. Look around a bit. We should have enough here. Then we will start it. I'll wait for you inside. I'll fix what I can.
All right. I'll find some boards for you.
You found a fitting vane for a watermill wheel. You found a fitting vane for a watermill wheel.
A ramshackle mill. We're lucky it still stands.
Vasya, my father. Is he also here?
Yes, on the mill. Want to speak to him?
I can't. Vakul won't allow it.
He's not here yet.
I can't disobey him, no matter how much I'd like to.
I need the blades.
For the wheel, I know. Here's the blade. Take it.
The Rusalka gives you a part of the mechanism.
There's something in this name, Vakul. A bit of firm, you think? I feel he's close.
Ah, Vasilisa. 3 blades. That's enough. Well, we have everything we need to start the mill.
Vakul will appear as soon as we start the wheel. All right, it's time.
The salt worker quickly fixes the mechanism. He looks like he's done it plenty of times. Soon, the squeaky wheel makes one rotation, then another.
Elegant place, beautiful. If only it didn't stink up the living. My favorite witch and her cute little book. I'm so glad to meet you again.
Greetings, Vodinoy.
Well, 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 Vakul.
Ah, my old acquaintance. Come to break another promise?
Father, I
didn't tell you to speak.
A water stream knocks the salt worker and the Rusalka off their feet.
You make a lousy guest, Vasilisa. Is it what we do in the Perm region? Steal serfs from their master.
There aren't any serfs anymore.
Silence! It seems the bandits still don't make any offerings. Is there a problem, Vasilisa?
Bandits were killed by demons.
You failed the task. But I like you, witch. Tell me what you want.
I need to break the seal and free the Rusalka. What good comes of keeping her with you? She's a nice girl.
That's why I'm keeping her, because she's nice. I'm not impartial to compassion, so I'm ready to make a deal. You want both? Then I'll require gold as your sacrifice. Every wish has its price. Mine is a small one.
All right, so be it.
You throw the gold into the water.
Happy to do business with you, witch.
The Vodinoy touches the book before disappearing into the depths. The Rusalka stays on the shore. One more seal is gone.
Oh, forgive me, Dusa. You died because of me.
No, don't even think about blaming yourself. I'm free from the water demon now. I still have no answer for my sins.
Wait.
We'll meet again someday. Farewell, Father.
The Rusalka smiles at the salt worker and vanishes into white light. On your way back, you comfort Pahom with tales of life after death, but he seems to be happy with how things turned out.
Isn't that the most banal of a legend?
Maybe, but there's too many consequences. The drowners are talking about her. The girl is strong, they say. There are rumors coming from other spirits. Now they agreed to protect a wedding. She must think I would try curse it. If she sticks needles in me, I'll be left without any power. Go to Pakcha. They won't be expecting you.
I have certain doubts about this. I've seen her in the village. Not everyone can handle that power.
You should be more confident. I haven't taught you for nothing. You should curse the wedding to be on an equal footing.
It won't be easy. But if she really has the book, I may finally be able to control this force.
Right, right. There you will find out. And if this is true, you can do anything you wish for. So goes the legend. Take a look at them first. I've sent charts throughout the area. It will be a good occasion.
But this wedding, I wouldn't want to curse peasants. You know how I am with demons.
Don't make me laugh. Who will you curse then? You think you can turn the procession? This thing happened last with my grandmother. Go back as soon as you take the book.
So be it.
Well, get ready. Amen to you.